So why is Illustrator so different? If you're coming from something like Photoshop, Illustrator is a whole different ballgame, and it's because of the difference between the types of graphics that you use in each one. The short answer is Photoshop is a raster-based program that you use to work on photos, and Illustrator is a vector program. You would use it to draw illustrations that have a very clean look, and sometimes they kind of look cartoonish. Photoshop does have some vector capabilities, but they're nowhere near as robust as Illustrator's. Photoshop works with pixels, and if you zoom in or resize this, you will be able to see blurriness. So it's completely made up of little blocks, basically, that are a different color, and when you see them all at once, it looks really good. Illustrator uses mathematical kind of equations to create shapes that can be scaled infinitely without losing quality. And you can also zoom in, and the shapes are still completely clean. You won't lose quality with vector graphics like this. And of course, you don't have to do any math to use Illustrator. You can convert raster images to vector using image trace, although I wouldn't use it on photos. This is an image trace of this raster image. So it looks fine from a distance, but when you zoom in, you can see what happens. Illustrator has used its mathematical equations to make little shapes that sort of imitate the rasters it sees. And it ends up looking really muddy and not great, in my opinion. Now you can add rasters to your Illustrator document. So to do that, you would just do File Place, select the JPEG or other raster image, and then just place it in. By the way, adding a raster, let's say a JPEG, into Illustrator and then saving the Illustrator file does not make it vector. It's just a raster inside a vector program. So anyway, it's okay to add those to your Illustrator document, but I don't recommend more than 1 or 2 raster images. It'll increase your document size a lot, which can use up space on your hard drive and make your computer lag. And to show you what I mean, I've got 2 similar files here. I've got a raster here and then a similar one with vector. I'll just pull this word on top. I'll select both and I'll hit Command 7 or Control 7 to mask it. And then in the other file, I'll do the same here. I'll make sure my mask organ is on top. I'll select both, and then I'll hit Command 7 or Control 7. So this file is completely vector. I'll save this, and then I'll save the other one with the raster photo in it. This first one is the vector file, and it's 1.6 megs. The one with the raster photo in it is 8.3 megs. It's like 5 times as big. So if you keep adding more and more raster images to your files, they are going to become huge. So if you have a lot of raster artwork like photos that you need to include in your document, INDESIGN is a better option. Another way Illustrator is different than Photoshop is layers. With Photoshop, I'm always going to my layers first to select which layer to work on. In Illustrator, I generally don't have my layers open at all most of the time. I'm going to go ahead and pull them up for now. Window Layers. I'll do this little caret drop down. So instead of selecting a layer in here to work on, I just select the object that I want to work on. And there are so many different ways to select things. I only open these layers to really more permanently lock something that I keep accidentally clicking on. So this would be something like a background. So I'm going to add a background here, and I'll just make it yellow. In this case, if I kept accidentally clicking that background, I might add an extra layer, pull that background onto the layer, and then lock it right here. Another use for layers is to see what's happening in my artwork if I can't figure it out. So it's more for troubleshooting. Those are the only 2 times that I ever use layers. I'm going to undo back to where I added the background, and I'm just going to close the layers panel. So usually, instead of going that route of locking that layer with the background, I would just click on the layer and hit Command 2 or Control 2 to lock it. Then I can select everything else and work on it, move it, resize it, and everything without clicking on that background layer, but also without getting in my layers panel. Then to unlock everything, I'll hit Option Command 2 or Alt-Control-2 on a PC. I can also hide this layer if I want to with Command-3 or Control-3. Same thing there. To bring it back, it's Option Command-3 or Alt-Control-3. So figuring out how to select different parts of your artwork and work on it, and also locking and hiding things, it does take some getting used to, but if you're constantly trying to do that in your layers panel, it is going to take way more time, and I want you to be able to get fast. All right, I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you liked it and you want to see more videos like this, just click on the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.